Wow, look how scenic. Look, and whoops, and now I ruined it because I put my hand over the lens. What's up, everybody? This is a brand new episode, Creepy Old Crypt. I'm getting like 20 messages as soon as it was an especially weird one. That's okay, we're not gonna redo the intro. What's up? We're here, Main Street, USA, and guess what? The holiday season has just began.
Yep.
Look at that.
Trees.
I don't know what you could see because I'm pointing it away from me, but my God, look how scenic and festive that is. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, well, Christmas, that doesn't really start till December, or it doesn't start till after Thanksgiving. No, the Disney Corporation has said otherwise. It starts November 11th. So that's it, done deal. And if you disagree, prepare for annihilation. Anyway, what's up? Sorry, I've been talking this whole time.
No.
I should say, well, two things, two orders of business. This is a three-pronged intro.
Yes.
It's a trident. All right, first three-prong attack. All right, first attack. Did we talk about that already? Somebody did a Q&A and asked questions like this at a I think it was at PAX. He was like, I got a three-prong attack. Okay, first attack. Anyway, first of all, this is the first HDR episode.
Yeah.
This is shot in 4K HDR, so you know you could take advantage of the rich colors and the vibrancy of the image. And you know, if you're at like Best Buy or something like that, get them to test the TV. If you're going to buy a TV, get them to test it with this video. Just be like, excuse me, have you heard of Creepy Old Crypt? In fact, we should send a prize. The first person who can watch Creepy Old Crypt in HDR on TV at Best Buy, Kevin will send you a prize.
Okay.
He already signed up for it. I signed him up on camera. You saw it right here. Anyway, so that's part one. I'm already tired of holding this. Why did we do this episode? No. Second is there was a plan to this episode.
Yes. Didn't really.
That did not pan out, where we were going to record this entirely on the train.
Yeah, because you don't ever have to get off. It just keeps going around and around and around.
So it was the perfect plan. It was like, oh, we don't have to ever, you could just keep looping the park.
That's why we were going to do this mobile, because it's easy to move around and
exactly.
And like that, it's on camera.
But that did not work out because we did it. There was some narration on the train, and that even wasn't so bad. It was more just the going through the tunnels and going through the stuff. It just wasn't working out. Yeah. We were having to move around a bunch. So we found a good spot here at the train station. There's benches there. We're right on Main Street. Yeah. Exactly. There's benches here. We got, as soon as we sat down, we were kicked out immediately because
a parade was coming through.
Yeah, band was playing. So then I was going to have this is the third attack. Then I was going to have a bit where it's like, hey, we hired this band to open our show. And then as soon as I turned the camera on, the band left. So nothing has worked out so far. So it's kind of awful episode, probably the worst episode yet. But let us know what you think. What's the worst episode of Creepy Old Crypt? Leave a comment below what you think could be the worst. Anyway, the theme of this one is the trains. This is the all-train episode. We're what are they called? The steamers?
I think they're like
foamers. Is that what it is?
I don't remember.
Like if you're a train fan, you're a. I wanted to say, I thought it was steamer, but then it was like that was not a good word. That was like a gross thing to do. I think foamer was the word, because I was surprised it was that.
I don't remember that term. No.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah. This episode's for you.
This episode is for you, whatever you are. We're all trains all the time. We're talking train stories.
I forgot we've both been on the Paris' train as well.
Yes.
So we can talk about that. Okay.
Have you been on the Tokyo train?
No.
I got things to say about that.
You've been on Dollywood's train. You're more of a steamer head than I am.
Yeah, we're not limiting it to Disney today. We are also going to talk Dollywood. We're going to talk Knott's. We're going to talk who else has a train? Marshall Scotty's. We're going to talk about the Amtrak.
Yeah,
we're going to get them involved.
Amtrak. Your train is not as good as these ones.
Yeah. The Amtrak from LA to San Diego has been suspended due to erosion from the rising tide. It sounds like an agenda. They're trying to put. Why would the tide rise?
Yeah. Has that
just,
ever happened?
just like it always does every day at 5 p.m. Durr. Anyway, we'll talk with Amtrak later. Anyway.
But yeah, train episode.
Speaking of which, you're about to see the train pull in. Because we wanted to, we're at the
train station when it's coming in.
Yes.
That's what you're hearing right now.
And that is what I love is that recording they play. Attention, whatever. Is can you see it? Hopefully I'm capturing it here. Hopefully you can see it rolling in there. I'm just letting this play. Doesn't that you love the sweet sounds? What was it? Oh, the recording that they play is so great because it's
like the original
OG.
recording.
It's like the day one.
Yeah, it's so good.
So whenever you hear, I think they did a new one for Disney World. I think whatever.
Yeah, updated it.
We'll talk about that train too, dude.
Yeah.
The train at Disney World has been shut down for years.
Really?
Because of I didn't know if you were aware of this,
No.
but because of the Tron construction,
Oh.
they're adding the Tron ride.
Yeah, it goes through that. So they're building a new tunnel for it and everything.
Yeah,
right
so
there.
they're like,
through.
we'll shut the train
Yeah.
down for a minute while we finish Tron.
Yeah.
It's been closed for what 20? It'll be almost 6 years.
Yeah,
It'll be 6 years
so
by the
long.
time.
Ours was closed down. We'll get to it, but ours
Yeah.
was closed down for construction as well, but only for like a year.
It's about one full year,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Which even that was like, we're gonna miss the train.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for Florida train heads out there.
I know.
But anyway, so I think they have a different recording there that's been done more recently.
Yeah.
I think it's like a newer, like a 90s Imagineer that recorded the voice, but here
It's original.
original.
Yep.
That's probably Walt doing a voice over there. The train
That's what
is
they've been hearing
coming.
since 1955.
Oh, every 10 minutes since 1955.
Yeah.
You love to see it or hear it. Anyway, but yeah, so the Disneyland train, I will say probably one of my favorite attractions here in the park because it's so classic, right? What do you say?
It's so classic, and it has ride elements in it.
Yes.
Which is awesome, and a lot of other trains don't have that.
Florida does not have that.
Nope, Paris
Now,
does not have that.
Yeah, Paris. I remember riding that train with.
Go ahead.
Oh no! I rode it with Derek.
Yeah.
Because we were like, "Yo, love the train at Disneyland. This will be great." And it was like kind of.
No, it was like I finished it, and I'm like, "There's nothing in there." Like.
So the reason ours rules
Yeah.
is we have not only is the park beautiful, you already know, but you go through the finale of it is all stuff. Well, in I want to say 1958 or so, they added the Grand Canyon diorama because Walt was like, "Dude, there should be something." Oh, sorry, I'm elbowing you. There should be something dope at the end when the train you get to the
Yo, we need something dope.
He said, "We need something fly now. I need a fire finale to this train."
On this train.
Exactly.
Cool.
So he added the most exciting thing possible: the diorama of animals in the Grand Canyon.
Taxidermy like lions.
Yeah.
Not lions, but mountain lions.
Lion.
Stuff like that.
I wish it was lion. I wish it was just straight up a zoo. But anyway, so he added that, and then they did the World's Fair in 1964.
Yep.
There was a whole exhibit, the Ford Magic Skyway. They had all these big animatronic dinosaurs. And then when the fair closed, they were like, "Yo, I know how we can make the finale of the train even more fire." That's literally what he said. He was at the
No
World's
cap.
Fair.
That's
He
what
said, "No cap. I think we can make the finale pop off." And they're like, "What?" And he said, "See the thing with there was a thing in the Magic Skyway where you went back in time. There were cavemen and dinosaurs." He said, "See those cavemen? Yeah. They're looking a little sus.
Dead ass.
The dead ass. They're looking. No, the cavemen were like kind of like ugly and weird. I think that's really what it was. They were like, these are creepy. So they got rid of those. They were like, yo, those dinosaurs, wrap them up. And they sent them over here to the east. Where are we? The West Coast.
The West Coast.
Over here,
Disneyland.
California, East Coast. Shout out. And they added them to the finale. Like, hey, you like and it legit unfolds like, there's the Grand Canyon. Look at all the cute animals.
Yeah.
You thought that was cool? What if we went further back in time, and then suddenly it's just dinosaurs.
Primordial.
Yeah, so that to me has always been one of my favorite places anywhere at any theme park. Is the last part of the train going through the dinosaurs and all that stuff. That is so iconic.
There's one other part where you go through a ride, and that's really cool. It's Splash Mountain. You go through the ending of Splash Mountain. But this
that's right. It does go through Splash Mountain.
Which
You're
makes
right.
it kind of right. You can see animatronics.
Yeah, I love that.
This ending is so cool.
Yeah. It's so well done. I've always loved it. It's always been cool. Like you go through a sudden time machine, and then the dinosaur part ends, and you're here. There it is, Main Street Station. It's like, oh yeah, JK, we went too far back. You're in the 1800s again, or whatever. And enjoy your day. And then you're back at the entrance.
And you can get off, or you can stay on. You can ride this all day if you want.
You can literally stay on. You can eat on the train. You can bring you got a bowl of soup, bring it on the train. You can do whatever you want on the train. It's like the purge of Disneyland. Anything on the train goes. But anyway, so
it has 4 stops? It stops in I can't remember it.
New Orleans Square.
New Orleans Square, that's it. And then Toontown.
Yeah.
And then Tomorrowland, and then here.
Yep. So you got 4 stops, which I was surprised. We found something out that we never knew about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Before we recorded this, there is a map
inside.
You know what? I'm going to show it.
Show them.
All right, I'm going to show you guys. This is an interactive episode. I'm going to interact with the camera for once. All right. See it right there? Map right there. That's cool. Sorry, I had to act like I wasn't filming those people. But anyway, that map that you saw on the wall actually glows where the train is at. We never knew this. There's artwork of a map. And not only did we not know, they updated the map recently. They added
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, they added all kinds of stuff. And it glows, like the train stations where the train is like currently at when you're waiting for it, they glow. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's the train again. And there's, 4 different trains?
I think there's so many. I think 2 have the seats facing forward, and 1 has seats facing towards the front of the train.
Oh,
I never really ride because I want to face to see the diorama and stuff.
Yeah, I want to face
out.
I want to sit. Yeah, I want to sit side saddle.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting face forward, and I got to crane my neck to see. Yeah.
But yeah.
They are named. Can you name the trains? Do it.
E something Ripley.
That's the one I know. E.G. Daily or whatever it was called. Ripley.
I can't remember. They're on the map.
Isn't the Ward Kimball one of them?
I think so.
I'm gonna find out. Okay. The interactive episode continues. We're going back in. I'm gonna find out what these trains are called.
We have like a half dozen oranges already.
Okay, so this is what I was talking about. This is the map that I was referring to. See, and it glows where the train is. Okay, so here are the names of the trains. There they are. Ernest Marsh, E.P. Ripley, C.K. Holiday, Fred Gurley, Ward Kimball. There's 5 trains. 5. Here's the rest of the station. Okay. All right, Kevin.
You get the lowdown?
Calling you out, dude. 5 trains.
There's 5 trains?
5 trains.
You
thought there were only 3?
I call bullshit.
No, I don't think they would lie. I don't think that's a farce. But they got to see the glowing and all that. That's where the trains are. Anyway, today it looks like they were running 4. Were they running 3 or 4? I can't remember.
3? I'm not sure. I didn't know.
Maybe that's why we thought.
Trains.
That is a lot.
Disney, too many trains.
Yeah, you may want to cool it.
Say it.
Yeah, why are you hogging all the trains? Maybe give one to Target or something. You could ride the train there.
Think about all those other places that don't have trains.
Yeah, exactly. So, Disney, do better. Anyway, 4 stops. New Orleans Square. That's a cool place to get on because
it has the telegraph office and everything like that.
Yeah, the whole station there is like some pretty authentic old stuff there. You hear Morse code being played, and you know, a lot of okay, I don't know. I'm getting so many messages. Here's why I'm getting so many messages. Let me just say real quick. Annual passes for Disneyland have not been on sale in years. Well, no. Wait,
They went
not
until
years,
August,
but a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they added renewals, but you needed a pass already.
Yeah.
To get it.
They haven't sold new ones in since the pandemic's almost and or when the closures ended, I should say.
But today they opened up passes again. You can buy an annual pass today.
Exactly. So I have a million people messaging me just like, which one? Oh, they just opened. Which one do I get? What do I do? Where should I go? So I'm getting tons of that. So anyway, sorry everybody. I'll help you after this. Anyway, so yeah. That station is really cool, but the Morse code you keep hearing from the little station in there is the opening day speech of Disney, what that Walt gave and all that stuff, which is kind of cool. I like that station a lot because when you're there, I don't know how to word this. There's a bunch of that station, the train pulls up in front of you, but across the train tracks where you can't go, there's a bunch of old buildings, again, from like early Disneyland, old school Disneyland, that those buildings used to be the original train station. You would actually go, I don't know how to describe this. You used to be able to go in those buildings, but you haven't been for 50, 60 years, something like that. But what was awesome, again, we'll talk more about it later, is when they closed the train during that 1 year when they were building Galaxy's Edge.
It was Galaxy's Edge,
Yeah. It was all closed down and they let you walk over there. So for all the theme park nerds like us, it was like
candy.
I could go over there? Wait, I could just walk across the track into those I could go? Right? That was like,
it was so cool.
That is the true, I'm gonna say, no offense to all the normies watching, but the normie move is, by the way, it is like record wins in California today.
I don't understand it.
I'm telling you, this is an act of God. God is trying to stop this episode.
Yeah.
And I don't know what we did or if we blasphemed or something, but what was I just saying? The common thing to do is rope drop the theme park when, they're going to open a new roller coaster. They're going to open a new thing.
Yeah.
I got to see this new attraction. I got to whatever. Cool. That's fine. You do that. But you're a true theme park psycho fan when you hear you can walk across a train track to look at an old building. And it's like, okay.
I will drive up here for that kind of stuff.
I would too.
Wait, they have this thing?
Yeah.
I know people that came here when a sign fell off and revealed the old sign under it that said Burger Lounge. They have
a Burger Lounge here? Space Bar
and Captain EO.
No, Space Place. Space Place. That's what it was.
And look this way, and it's like, that hasn't been uncovered since the 90s.
Yeah.
And it's just still all up there. And it's just like things like that.
That's the kind of thing we love to find.
Yeah.
Creepy old crypt type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff from the crypt.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so that was cool.
That was really cool. You could do that.
And during that closure, it was great because up here they'd have the one just parked. Train, and you could just talk with the conductor, how it worked and everything like that, because they were still on the payroll because they were so knowledgeable about the trains that they needed to keep these engineers going. So they just got to talk about trains all day, which is so
totally
cool.
I didn't think I was on camera. I was started to pick my nose. So cut that when you edit this. Cut it.
I'll get right on it.
Thank you. But that was a really special time. As much as it sucked that they closed the train for a year, it was really awesome that they, like you said, parked the trains and the conductors, these old dudes that have run trains their whole life, were just sitting there for anyone to talk to. And it might be, you might think, it's kind of shy. Maybe you feel shy, or maybe you feel, you never have those opportunities to just have a guy who runs, who just runs trains 24/7. Well, maybe not 24/7, but you know what I mean.
But
to just go up to an expert like that and be like, yo, can I ask you about this? It was a really neat time.
And I feel they haven't updated. It's not like they run on Steam.
Yeah,
they always have.
They didn't go Tesla with these trains or anything like that.
So it's all you're running a steam engine.
It was really cool. It was really cool. And I remember, I think it was at this station, I was here with you, I think, when the park was kind of dead that day. Nothing going on back there. Again, I think all the hype was kind of around Galaxy's Edge at that point. And we walked up, and the dude, was just standing there. And I think I asked him, I was like, So are you kind of bored with sitting around for a year? To what you were saying, from what I had heard was they didn't want to let them go because I think in the 90s they did that. Like there was construction for a year or two on the trains and they let all the dudes go and like, oh, well, we'll rehire you in a year or two. Well, they all retired or moved on and it was way more expensive to train a whole new fleet of dudes who knew how to use a train, you know. It was absolutely, from what I heard, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
So they kept him on payroll, just like normal, kept him sitting up here, and I asked him, I'm like, does that bore you? Like, would you rather be running the trains? And the guy told me, this is literally what he told me. He said, hey, they offered to pay us the same $30 an hour that I get if I'm running the train, except now I can sit here all day and talk with you about trains. Does that sound awful to you? I was like, okay.
Especially if you love trains and everything, it's just like, I get to talk to kids about how these work.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, I never get to pop off about trains. I never get to, whatever. I'm sitting here talking to whoever wants to talk. And I'm getting paid, and he told me it was like $30 an hour. What does that work out to be? I don't know how many hours they work normally, but that sounds good to me. I'll take it. Anyway, I'm gonna start looking into running the train. But damn,
that was really cool. That closure, it was because they were adding a whole new section. They were adding space for Galaxy's Edge, so they were shortening the Rivers of America and making a different path for the train.
Yeah, so we can talk about that. We talked about, so there's that Frontierland, New Orleans Square station.
Yeah.
So it's the part after that we should talk about. But I do want to say real quick before we leave the station, that New Orleans one with all those old buildings, it's really fun when you go to Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Yes, I was gonna bring this up.
Yeah, there's a photo of them with a dead body. Sorry,
it's like a coffin.
Yeah, the guy died in the Civil War.
Yeah.
And they make it look like an authentic Civil War photo, but it was shot at that station.
They just dressed it up, and then they took the photo there.
They thought it would fit the time or whatever. So anyway, I always thought that was a fun little nugget. But anyway, so when you leave that station, then you go, I think, the other best stretch of the train, right?
Because you go through Splash Mountain first, and the end of Splash Mountain. And then after that, you get to see this brand new vista that they built for the Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, it's dope. It's seriously dope.
Yeah.
So you go around the river. It's amazing. That is, I think, a real enhancement. Everyone was scared, like, oh, they're gonna mess with the river. When Galaxy's Edge comes in, they're going to shorten it a little bit, which that was a bummer. I'm still like, I wish it was as long as it used to be.
Me too.
But they didn't do it too much, and they made that area so beautiful. When the train goes over the trestle with the waterfalls and all that,
water features. And there's even an animatronic beaver that's chewing at the trestle of the.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna. They call it murder beaver. They really do. That's like the nickname. Yeah. So all of that just made it.
Yeah.
It really enhanced that area. It felt like, damn, yeah, dude, we're at Disneyland. I really liked it.
It must have been. I thought about this. It must have been nerve-wracking driving the train on that trestle for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Because then you're just like trusting math and engineering and everything like that. But the train has never been over it.
Yeah.
So it's just you gotta. I'm sure it's 100% safe and everything, but it's so funny because I would be like, oh, it's never had that weight yet.
I would be freaked out too. Yeah.
So that's cool.
It's not like it really is. It's not like you're driving a Kia over it. It's a
locomotive,
whole ass train. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I try to keep the profanity down on this episode. Sorry about that. We're literally standing over the entrance to the park once again. From what I understand, by the way, a little sneak peek here.
What?
This popcorn cart right here. See it?
Oh, I see the buckets.
A lot of people don't know they have the rare. People go feverish over these when they do the themed popcorn buckets for the seasons. Like they got a Christmas one that just came out, and people do not realize this one hasn't yet because I don't think it's out on display. So a lot of people are starting to see the line creep up just a little bit. But anyway, so so going over the river, it's beautiful.
The river is great. It's much better than it was before. Bummer that they shortened the river, but it looks so much better than it did.
Yeah, it's hard to be mad when they made it as nice as they did.
It looks so nice. But the one thing that bummed me out is they got rid of the Indiana Jones doghouse.
Yeah.
That they said like, oh, we already started building. Like, I think we've told the story in the past. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if we did.
It was like they said they already broke ground on something. I can't remember.
They
were building something.
Management and like Tony Baxter, we might be pulling this out of our butt. Sorry,
yeah, maybe.
But management and Tony Baxter, who was a second wave Imagineer, big guy in Imagineering, he was like, we got the rights with Lucasfilm like now to build theme park stuff. We got to do Indiana Jones. We have to. No one's going to stop us. And then I think upper management had some issue or something, and then Tony Baxter put a doghouse for Indiana.
It just says Indiana on it,
which is the dog in the movie. You never see the dog, but that's what Indy named himself after, the dog, Indiana. And they put the doghouse in the Big Thunder Ranch area and said, "Oh, we already broke ground. There it is."
Yep, there it is right there. Yeah. Sorry. And it sat there for till this construction.
Yes.
It's been there for a very, very long time, and I loved seeing that. And now it's gone.
It was always backstage. In that route.
Gone.
Yeah.
I bet you somebody like, I'm gonna take this, or it's in an archive or something.
Some cast members sitting pretty on that thing.
Their dog's sitting in that doghouse in their backyard right now.
Yeah, like a boss. But we want it back, so hit us up.
Then after that, after going through all that, you go to the Toontown station.
Yeah.
Which is just a Toontown, like.
It's the Fantasyland station, Toontown station. I think it was just Fantasyland. And now that it's close to Toontown, they themed it to
Toontown station, and it's all cartoony and stuff like that. Yeah. I never get off of that station ever.
Yeah, I never really do too.
Yeah. If you want to switch off.
Oh no, we're good. Okay. Because it's the closest thing it's to is Small World, and there's not a lot of times where I'm like, I got to take a train directly to Small World. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I usually just chill there, or usually get on the train there sometimes if I'm done with like Small World. And want to head back to the front. But and then you get to go behind Tomorrowland basically. Yeah,
this is probably the least scenic part of the train route. You're kind of
backstage, kind of.
Yeah, and you go behind like the monorail track and stuff like that. It's kind of whatever.
It's whatever. They talk over it. They have a voiceover for it and stuff like that. But still, it's just behind the scenes kind of for a bit. But it's all pretty much lead up for the grand finale of the whole thing.
Yeah. That part, the Tomorrowland part of the train ride, kills me because every time when you're pulling up to that station.
Yeah.
And this was an addition, by the way, that they made when the train reopened after when Galaxy's Edge opened. That they added little musical cues at every station. They didn't used to do that.
Okay.
It was always just like pulling up to the station. Okay, great. But now they play, you hear a little bit of like Dumbo music when you pull into the Fantasyland station, a little bit of New Orleans Mardi Gras kind of stuff when you pull in there. But Tomorrowland, they play Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
I know.
The attraction, well, actually, you want to know, here, I'm going to, don't mind me, I'm going to cool the dogs off for a second. Hopefully you can see that. I got the Carousel of Progress socks that say Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow on them.
Florida, you stole that from us.
They took that attraction, the Carousel of Progress, and they have not given it back.
No.
And, I always see or hear on the news, or, there's always the pundit saying, is a new Civil War going to happen? Is there whatever? I think that's going to be what breaks it. Like what started the regular Civil War? Fort Sumter? That's going to be, I think a Carousel of Progress is going to be that, where it's going to be like, all it takes is one person to go, this should be in California. And then it's going to be, they're going to turn the robots on to fight.
Yeah.
Like the robots are going to get, it's going to be like Gears of War, kind of like whatever. It's going to be bad.
But then the New York is going to go, no, it needs to be here.
Yeah, the World's Fair.
And they're like, what is?
We're going to have to fight New York?
We did steal it from the World's Fair. I'm sorry. Well, Walt took it from the World's Fair and put it here.
And put it here, and then they took it to Florida. So what coast is the rightful owner?
Yeah. And when they moved to Florida, they changed it to make it not about Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's like now is the time.
They were embarrassed of it for a minute. Yeah. Oh, now is the time. Yeah. Well, guess what? Yeah, now is the time to take the power back. Yeah. Exactly.
That
so
spot's still open. What is it? Galaxy's
Galaxy Circle. Launch Bay. Star Wars Launch Bay. Don't need another Star Wars thing.
Nope.
Galaxy's Edge does the trick. Anyway, what the hell were we talking about? All right, so Yeah. So Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. Anyway,
they're going through Tomorrowland, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it comes back around, and like we said, then you see the Grand Canyon,
and then a bunch of like old, like just beginning of the Earth, basically beginning of life on Earth and stuff.
Animatronic dinosaurs, all that stuff. What kills me? We have I'm not gonna out anyone, but we know we got a man on the boat here. Got a man on the inside.
Yeah.
And he worked here, and he was gonna try to. I remember he said, "Oh no! He wasn't gonna get us in." Okay, so never mind. He had an opportunity to go in the dinosaur diorama, that whole area,
the back of it. Or
something he's like I found a way where there was something going on that day where they're gonna let him in.
Yeah.
And like the day before it was set to happen. Because the true test of any true theme park fan, it's one thing to go. If you're a true fan, you got to touch everything.
Yeah.
Like that's the true thing is hopefully you're in a situation where a ride breaks down and you could touch, here's the devil and Mr. Toad. Let me touch it. That's just common sense. Anyway, he was going to get to go into the dinosaur diorama, and the night before it was, asbestos warning.
Yeah.
There's asbestos in here, and
we're cutting off access.
Yeah, and they sent in dudes with hazmat suits, and they're like, public, no, cast members can't go in here again without hazmat or whatever.
Yeah.
It was, or something like that.
Something
it was
like that. It's basically
come on.
It's blocked off, so.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, that was
because I wanted to go in there. I was going to find a way in. Anyway, but I love that last part. Like I said, what were you saying?
Speaking of secret places on the train related thing, you've been on the Lily Belle part.
Yes.
The caboose section of one of the trains has a caboose that is off limits.
Yes.
Unless you have your ways in.
I've been in the caboose.
Yeah.
Few have, but I did. Can I say real quick, because I don't want to forget it later.
Yes,
before we get to that, that's a teaser.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get to that after this, but I do want to say one last thing about the dinosaurs and the diorama and all that stuff at the end of the train. They do have it in Tokyo.
Yes.
They do, which I did not know for a long time.
Really?
I was like, what?
I've never been there.
What's cool, just want to say the one thing I thought was cool is when they brought all that stuff here, Walt found a music score that he really liked from a movie. I think it was Island, what was it? Forbidden Island or Vanishing Island?
Yeah.
Something about an island? Island Boy? Island? Gilligan's Island? I don't know. Some movie that had this score, da, 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 that he thought was really powerful, and he was just like, yo, license that and play that when you see the dinosaurs. So the music that's in there is just that. It's like whatever score he picked. It's not the original new World's Fair score, because they did a soundtrack for the World's Fair. It was kind of goofy, so they didn't bring that here. He's like, bring in that epic movie score that I heard. Bring that in. What's cool is in Tokyo, they cleaned up the World's Fair music, and that's what plays. It's not the score here. So that's the one place, I think the one place
that's still
in the world,
audio.
one place in the world that you can find those dinosaurs are still running with that original World's Fair audio. I love stuff like that. So I really want to go back and do that. Now that Japan's opened back up, dude, half my timeline this week are people who went to Tokyo Disneyland.
I knew people because it was like, I don't want to see this ride. I haven't been on it.
Yeah, I didn't want to see the Beauty and the Beast thing yet.
People, just temporarily.
Yeah, but it's I'm so over it. Like it's like half my timeline. I was happy for people at first, and then it was like, wait, it's like 50% of my timeline is in Japan right now. I'm so over it. I hate all of you. I hate you all. If I can't go, don't go. Just easy rule of thumb.
Cancel your trip.
Yeah, easy rule of thumb. Like, jeez, you guys, gotta teach you everything. Anyway, yes. So yes, they have. So back to what you had teased moments ago. The train has an enclosed caboose. One of them. Is it the Ripley? I can't remember which one. Oh, I'm sorry.
But
whatever.
See it, like when it goes around, you can see it. There's a train showing up. Maybe that's the one that has it.
Maybe we'll see.
But,
this train car is called the Lily Belle.
Yeah.
A special enclosed car intended for Walt and his guests to ride around the train. Right? Isn't that kind of?
Stay away from the normies.
Yeah. When Walt goes on the train, he's like, I don't want to sit with the normies because it's cringe. So me and Lillian, my wife, my wife, the classic Walt quote. He was like, "We're gonna sit. We got we got this caboose. It's loose in the caboose. We're gonna get in there and sit. It's like I said, the only enclosed car. Yeah. Let's see. Does this one have it? I don't think this one does. Yeah, this is a front facer. So you don't want to sit in the front facing train because then you got to crane your neck to see. You got to be going like that.
You got to look to the side. I'm not
like, was that a dinosaur? I missed it. I don't think this one. No. This one ends with the norm. That's a normie train. Yeah. We don't do that. We don't do that one. That's the consumer train with 2 O's. We don't do that. Anyway, so yeah, this train car. I'm always a little confused how you get into it.
Yeah.
There was a time where it's like if you were like first here in the morning, like literally like first to ask. They would choose one guest every day, like, all right, you can ride in that car. They just don't want it overrun. They don't let the public into it. And then I was hearing, now it's a Club 33 thing.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I think it might still be that way.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, now, I think it might be. I'm trying to remember the last I heard about it. I haven't seen anyone in it in years. No. So I'm wondering if they're using it at all, honestly. But I think it's tied to Club 33. I'm sure. I think it again, they don't want a lot of people running through it. Now is the time where I drop the bomb here. Yes, I did go on it. You weren't there though, huh?
No,
you weren't there.
I don't mind.
I'm not saying that to rub it in. But all I'm saying is you didn't go. I did.
Was it cool?
Oh yeah.
Did they play same audio they play on the thing or any audio?
Dude, they played audio you never heard and you never will hear. They played like a secret Walt speech. He goes, only now. It literally starts with, "Good. Only now can I reveal the truth." And then I can't repeat what he said, but now I know. I know what's really going on.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what was going on.
Yeah, you do. I'm not sharing. No. I don't remember. I actually don't think there was any audio in it whatsoever.
I didn't know if they put speakers in there or not.
Nope. I don't think it played any of the train audio. So when you go through the Grand Canyon, Primeval World, all that stuff, there was nothing. You just
you
looked.
Make your own dinosaur noises, I guess.
Yeah, I did. But what was cool? It was the car. So a little backstory. How did that happen? Can I say it's not a problem, right? No, I could say it. I think I got permission before. I'm gonna say it. Our good friend Casey.
Yes.
When he worked with Disney at the time, we had, without going into too much, I had a family member pass away around this time. This was, again, maybe a decade ago.
Yeah.
And a family member passed away, and their kids were very, going through a hard time. And we had a Disneyland trip booked, and Casey, out of the goodness of his heart, he found out about it. Maybe I told him we were going or something. He looked into whatever he could do to make it a special day for them,
which is awesome. Yeah.
And I will be grateful to him my entire life for that. That really meant a lot to all of us during a very rough patch of time. And so we got to the park, and he was like, "I'm getting you guys all on the Lily Belle, the secret train car on the train." It was seriously like, it was one of the dopest things I've ever seen.
It looked awesome.
And so a train pulled into the station. This happened in New Orleans. And they were like, okay, someone came out and was like, get the entire party that's going to be on the train and have them line up at the exit. Okay? It was so exciting.
Yeah.
We walked up, and they actually had hard tickets,
oh, that's so cool.
like card stuff, really nice quality tickets. They're like, anyone who's going on the Lily Belle is required to have a ticket. I will now give you your tickets. One for you, one for you. It was already like, this is all we're getting, like merch out of, not merch, but like collectible thing. And one for you, and one for you. And they went down the line of my family. We probably had like 10 to 12 people.
Yeah.
Went down the line. Then they got to the end of the line, and some stranger had gotten into our group.
I was when you said everybody line up, I was wondering if anybody was going to try to sneak in.
Some dude just went, I'll line up, and got to the end of our group and was like, thank you very much. They handed them the ticket.
And they're like, hey.
Kevin, I can only name a few times where I would say this is safe, that to say this.
Yeah.
There used to not be a name for it. You know, it's like when you were younger and you'd watch Bob Ross and your head would tingle. You didn't know what to call that. And then you got older, it's ASMR, right? Okay, everyone's had that experience, I'm sure. Great. But it wasn't until recently we knew about Karen mode. I went Karen mode. The only other time I could think of that I went full Karen mode was we were filming with Gabe Newell.
Yes.
At the Game Developers Conference, and we had one hallway specifically that we had to film the video at. Man, it's windy. Oh my God, windy. We're gonna blow off this platform in about 2 seconds. I'm not talking about the YouTube platform. And we had to film in this one hallway, and a catering group had set up in the hallway. It set up and a whole catering job, and they were pouring coffee and things like that. And I just went, "Hey guys, we're gonna move the coffee. Okay, we're done with that. And I think they thought I was with the production.
Yeah.
Because I was dressed nice. I was in a suit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, we're gonna move the coffee. Everyone, just wrap it up. Close that up right now. You're done, and move it up. I didn't even let there be a possibility that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can see the Lily Belle now. Are they about to rope us off?
We may get kicked off.
We might get kicked off here in a second. They're roping this up. Okay, let's see. Is the Lily Belle there? Let's see if you can see it. Bear with us just a moment.
Is it that?
I think you're going to see the Lily Belle.
I think so.
Nope.
Nope.
It's not. It's nothing. Oh, sorry. I covered the camera.
But yeah, so you went Karen mode on this person.
I did. So they kept, they were like, and one for you, and I just went, no, thank you, sir, thank you, and I ripped it out of there. I took it literally out of their hand. Sorry, you're not with the group. Take care, goodbye. Have fun. Have a great day at Disneyland. Take care, goodbye. It was like, we came this far.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Anyway, not my finest moment, but I'm not saying I shouldn't have done it either.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, it's windy. So, anyway, we got the paper tickets. And then when the train pulled in, we got to go in. It was cool because that train car, it sits way higher than the other cars.
Oh, so you're like higher up, seeing everything kind of higher up.
Yeah. Or was it lower? No. I'm trying to remember.
Might be lower?
I think it was higher because we stepped up into it. I think it was.
Because you walk. Yeah.
It was definitely at a different level, so it was kind of like seeing things at a slightly different angle than what you're used to. So that was kind of cool. And you sat in there. It was really nicely furnished, and they would point things out. They were like, "There's a jacket over there in the corner, hanging up." And these things are not protected; they're just there. And he's like, "Yeah, that's a smoking jacket in the corner." And that was given, I think it was Hirohito. How you say his name? From Japan, or some ambassador from Japan. I can't remember exactly who. They got to ride the Lily Belle at one point, and they brought that as a gift. They got to when they came to Disneyland. I don't know if they rode the Lily Belle. I think when they came to Disneyland, they brought that as like a gift. Yo, Walt, you could, when you chill in your park, you could wear this or whatever. That's just sitting in the corner. And then they had a photo book, a scrapbook of old photos. Dude, that thing, it was falling apart in our hands. We were turning pages. It's like, oh my God, that page just came out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not just like a polished, nice book that they printed yesterday. It was like a dusty old book of photos. I mean, it was just that's cool. They should not
people, be. Yeah. Photos of what? Like people on the train?
Oh, it was like Walt and his family, so people cool. Them hanging out on the train, putting the trains together. Not making them, but bringing them in because a lot of them were imported from different places, and stuff like that. But it was amazing. It was like, are you just handing us this? I have a feeling they would not, and maybe do not. Maybe other people know. I don't think they do that now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think in the recent decade, we have seen a rise in, like you've seen it, like these auctions and things that are happening for Disney. And I swear I hear more and more about people just taking stuff.
Yeah.
Because now they realize it's not.
Oh, it's worth a ton later on.
Yeah.
Right?
Like people liked it before, like as fans, they were like, oh, maybe I'll take this thing. There were people doing that already. But now, those things could sell for $500,000. Like it's not a matter of like, oh, a cool thing I'll keep in my drawer. Now it's like, it could change your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I heard that actually, this should be its own episode, Disneyland thefts.
Oh yeah.
I heard people pried artwork off the bathroom in Trader Sam's. I heard one thing that I heard that I never saw in the mainstream media, but I heard just through the grapevine that there was Small World artwork in like the children's daycare area or the first aid, place you can go. That they had Small World artwork framed in there, and over COVID, the closures, people came back and it was pried off the wall, and it was like, where did that go? Like investigation. That sucks. And you know about like there's been animatronic thefts too at Disney World. Yeah. But anyway, so I have a feeling they wouldn't just hand that out now. I think they would be like,
they would definitely worry about that now.
So anyway, we rode around in that, and it was a really neat experience. They let us do the full ride around, and it was really cool. And the kids that were there with us, they're grown ass people now. Yeah. And they still bring that up, like,
that's so cool.
And
when you make a memory that lasts forever,
they'll still brag about that to some of their friends who are like, oh, you go to Disneyland? Well, I went on a train that I never. Yeah. So again, Casey, shout out. You made a really special experience. Of course, I was nerding out. Of course, I was ruining it for everybody, but you really made a special day for those kids. So anyway, thank you.
That's cool.
Other than that,
I think that covers this train.
Yes.
And this is obviously the best train, I think, of all the Disney parks.
Yes. Of all the Disney parks. Yeah. I'm gonna give props to another train in a minute.
Yes.
But that'll be its own thing. Yeah. The Disney World one I never went on, but they don't have any dioramas or anything.
No. It's kind of boring.
And the thing that confuses me is easy free idea, which I'm sure no one suggested before. Things are blowing in my head.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, Universe of Energy just closed. It's got all the dinosaurs that are the same molds as the ones here.
Just put them. Take it.
Put them in the tunnel there. Oh, now we got the thing that Disneyland has. Cool. I also like that we have our own thing. Yeah. That makes Disneyland special.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, there's a parade. Parade's about to bust out in 2 seconds. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why. I think it's further down. I think that's why they put this up. But
I don't know. Yeah, they roped us off, but maybe the people are coming to look at us.
I can see down Main Street, and I'm not seeing that much yet. So.
I'm not seeing much either. So
it's not here yet.
We'll bear with this as long as we can. Anyway, so Disney World, not much.
Whatever.
Paris, I was disappointed. I saw a lot of backstage on their tour. I didn't like it.
Whatever.
Tokyo was cool. Like I said, that was cool. Yeah. Now, Knott's, and that's an old school train.
Super old.
Right? Like they got that, like that ain't some new school piece of equipment. That's an old train.
Yeah.
But you don't see anything. You don't do anything, right?
It just goes 100% backstage. All of it.
Yeah, you just see like the parking lot and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's it?
Yeah.
I guess engineers, whatever they call it. What's Knott's Imagineers? Not-neers? Knotters? Yeah. Naughty boys? That's officially what they're called.
That
they were pitching for years, like, here's something you could build that they go through on the train, and Knott's is like, oh, we're good.
They need that. They need stuff like that. One thing they do have, though, that none of these places have, and I'll connect to Marshall Scotty's, is they do the old standby of train robbers get on the train
and
rob it.
And it scares the hell out of people every time I go, because they fire cap guns.
Yeah.
They'll be right near you, and it'll be like bang, 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 bang. We're taking over the train. And it's like there are kids just like, in all honesty, I'm not saying don't do it because I love that they do that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I can see why a kid today would be a little more wigged out by it than someone 20 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Because when I was a kid, I was like, they're robbing the train. This is great.
It was awesome.
Like Marshall Scotty's, they robbed the train every time.
Oh, they did it there too?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I loved when
Did they have a full-size train?
No, it was not a full-size train. It was much smaller.
Oh, okay.
But they would still have a couple robbers jump on it.
I love that. I love that. But yeah, you do it now, it's like, oh, it's fake. Good, okay.
Yeah.
But they do a great job. And the robbers, they do a really good job of just the right amount of messing with the guests. This parade, by the way, it started over there and left.
Yeah, it's already gone.
I thought it was heading this way, and it's like, now we're leaving.
Yep.
Anyway, they do just the right amount of messing with the guests, where they go up to kids like, where is it? Like,
where's the loot?
Yeah, like, we know you have it. Like, we were supposed to meet you. Where's the cash? Where is it? And kids are, are losing it. Like, I don't have any cash. Well, you better give me what you got. Like they really do a great job with it.
Yeah. But again, nothing to see other than that. It's like almost like a little show, but they don't have anything to go through.
It's worth doing one time.
Yeah.
And that's
and if it's really slow at Knott's, they bring in this little bus.
What is that?
It's a bus
I don't know about it.
It's been retrofitted to work on train tracks.
Oh yeah.
And they do that, and it's like I've never been on it, but I've always seen it running.
Yeah.
It's when it's super, super dead at the park. I think it's not worth running the full steam engine and everything like that.
Isn't it called like the Gray Goose or something weird like that, right?
Yeah, you can see it parked in the back sometimes. It's just funny.
Yeah, I've never understood what that is, because I do see people online a lot of times excited that they're running it today, but I'm like, is that
I
good?
I bet you it's super old. I bet you it's from
I think so too.
long ago. Same bus, same everything.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So there must be something special about it. I got to do it at some point. Okay. Now I'm going to give props to the other. I'm going to say second to Disneyland, my favorite train.
Yeah.
This is another one. I'm going to rub in Kevin's face.
He
didn't do it.
On this, I was going on other stuff. I feel bad, but I'll be back. I'll be back.
The train at Dollywood. It is, here, what do the trains run on here? Like steam, right?
Steam.
I've seen them fill it with water. I've seen them whatever.
Yeah, it still runs on steam, but they have retrofitted, I believe, to heat it in another way that's not, I don't know, like that.
They're not burning mountains of coal or anything. It's, I don't
know what they're using, but it's definitely, it doesn't spew anything out.
I think they're still using wood and things like that, but it's, I'm probably sounding like an idiot because I don't know, but I know there's a lot of water involved because they're always refilling
they fill it up at the station.
So there's all kinds of stuff. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. I want to hear about how we fill up the train.
Oh,
we were just talking about them filling up the train over.
What does it actually run on? Like, how does it actually?
How does it heat?
What's it? Yeah, run on. Can you? Is it okay if you're on camera?
I don't care.
Okay.
we use biodiesel.
Oh, okay.
Which is basically French fry oil and add a little diesel to it. But
I did hear about that.
We collect our own.
Okay.
And get it refined.
Yeah.
And they use that.
Okay.
They also make it a really fine mist so it burns really clean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That heats the water to make the steam, to make the boiler work. Everything goes.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, we weren't sure because we went to Dollywood in Tennessee, and it used coal, and we were hit by a lot of coal.
It's coal, and it still has a smoke.
We rode it, and I was covered in soot by the end of the.
We have something called the air quality management.
Yeah. They didn't quite have that up in the Smoky Mountains.
Because there's ocean breeze that comes in, and there's mountains, so everything just got compacted.
Yeah.
Got to keep it nice.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank you, because we were seriously racking our brains. Like, I don't know how they work here. So you cleared that right up.
I just caught the tail of your conversation.
Thank you so much for the information.
Thank you, seriously.
Find out what you were up to.
Thank you so much. Seriously, that was the perfect timing. That was amazing.
Yeah. The one at Dollywood just spews smoke out.
And they brag about it like on the narration. They're like, "Did you know this train uses 5 tons of coal a day?" And you're just I'm there, the one Soy Boy California. I'm sitting there.
We don't even have plastic bags.
Yeah. I'm sitting there going, "You're doing what? I'm sorry, what? Plastic straws?" So anyway, it was such, and I'm saying this as a positive. I had such a good time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about the environmental impact of that. I'm not gonna make the call on that one. Yeah, I'm not gonna make the call on that one. I don't know enough about it, but it, as a compliment, it was such an authentic non-Californian experience, which I strive to find, because we're in California all the time. It's easy to just see the things in your own bubble.
Yeah.
But that train, authentic train, and then it starts up and you hear her narration and she goes, howdy y'all. We went during, it was Christmas time, near the holidays. And she says, you hear Dolly go, howdy y'all. Welcome to the train to Dollywood. Hope you all got the gifts you were looking to get. Oh, but don't forget the birth of Jesus. I'm just like, you would never hear that on any vehicle here in California. Oh, excuse me. Don't forget the birth of Jesus. Don't. It was just so much fun. Yeah. Like, it was Dollywood, like, where are we?
Episode on it, but Dollywood was amazing.
Oh, Dollywood. I miss Dollywood.
It was cool when we parked and tried to think, you could see the smoke snap, like the smoke from the train.
Yeah,
you could smell it, and it was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I'll go on it next time. I'll go on the train next time.
It was really cool. It took a long time to get on it.
I think it's probably only one.
And you guys were doing coasters and things like that. So I think you made the right choice. Oh, yeah. I don't go on that kind of stuff. So it was like, the one thing I'm doing is the train. Mm-hmm. I made that my afternoon. And it was great. I got the hot cinnamon bread and I ate it on the train, which was half amazing and half
trying to get like soot.
Oh, it was Soot City. I looked like I just looked like a monster when it was over. I was so dirty and like, oh.
It was like on your bag and stuff like
that. But anyway, it was pretty magic going through the Smoky Mountains. There wasn't like tons to see. It's funny because you're like, is there any? They kept kind of talking about like, oh, you're gonna see some stuff, and I'm like, oh, do they have something like Disneyland, like a diorama or something? It's like they set up a big like light up snowman.
Oh,
you know, it was like, now from what I've heard this year, I think they added a bunch more stuff. So I want to go back. It's killing me to not be there for the holidays.
I know.
It was such.
It started like last week.
It was such a magic experience.
Yep. Yeah.
So I miss it, and I hope I can go back sometime.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my other favorite train. I really did. I totally forgot until you just said it that we did a Dollywood episode. So I'm sorry if I repeated the
no
train story, but it was so much fun. I had to. It's a train episode.
Yeah.
That's my other favorite train. I'd say next to Disneyland.
Yeah.
What do you think? Any other train?
Another train. No, I've been on most of the like.
I think I could say this. There's no problem saying this. Our friend Eric, he did have a train fleet of his own at one point.
Yeah.
A lot of people may not know this. In his past.
Yep.
Was it the Orange County Zoo?
I think so. Yeah.
He did run the train at the Orange County Zoo.
He drove around and did the announcements on it. Like,
right? He did, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I always meant to visit him during that, and I never did.
I never did.
You never did that?
Nope. I never been on the train.
I bet he was amazing.
Yeah.
I bet he was.
So too.
That's probably what kind of got Rooster Teeth to kind of embrace him. Yeah. Was like, yeah, we don't know. You know, you're kind of a Mega 64 guy. Wait. What's this on your resume? And if you can run a train, you can run this. So I think that's, if you could keep that locomotive running, you can run Rooster Teeth. And that's what he is. He's the new Bernie, from what I've heard. Anyway, I think that's it. Anything else?
Oh, one little tidbit about Marshall Scotty's. That train was kind of like, that whole park was kind of like, there was no rules really.
Yeah, this was in case you never heard of it.
Yeah, East County.
It was a janky San Diego amusement park in the middle of nowhere, kind of.
And I remember I would sneak off with my friends, and that train goes by a Old West town, but it's really just a flat facade. Maybe some walkways and stuff like that. Yeah. But when we went up a hill and realized we were behind that, so we checked it all out, and then when the train got by, we hid behind it. So we ducked down and everything like that, and that's one of my fondest memories of just going where we shouldn't in that park. And hiding from the train as it went by.
Yeah.
Great.
That's fun. Yeah. We went back to that park. They opened it for Halloween and made it haunted.
It's now because it's been abandoned for so long, it's now a haunted amusement park that they do a walkthrough every year. It's great.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It was better than ever.
Yeah, it was so good.
And there are parts where you're like, come on. Yeah. What are you doing here? And then other parts where it's like, we should not be in here.
Yeah.
Like
like what is this
I don't think did we go the right way? We should not be in here. It was great. I love Not Scary Farm.
Yeah.
And that's still, I think for your money, the best Halloween experience you could have. A ticket to Not Scary Farm. I recommend that to everyone. But I have to say, I think my favorite Halloween memory this year was actually doing that.
Yeah, that was so much
Marshall
fun.
Scotty's.
It was raining a bit and everything.
Yeah, it was raining we're in an abandoned old theme park.
Yeah.
Wasn't that crowded when we were going through, and slightly raining.
It's like drizzling.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite experience this Halloween.
Yep.
I mean, no diss to knots. That was great too, but that was...
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Be chasing that dragon for a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. I think that's about it. We're almost an even hour here. I think it works out.
That's perfect.
What did you guys think of the HDR clarity of this episode? Did you like it? Was it a mark again? Was it distracting? You know, you're kind of being like, I never noticed how hot these guys were. I can't listen to the train stuff. You know, maybe it was a detriment. You let us know. Leave a comment. You don't even, if it's embarrassing, here, just put, I could either comment, I can concentrate just fine, or put, I can't concentrate with a smiley face. Because we'll know what you mean. Winky face.
Yeah, winky smiley, yeah.
Put that comment if we shouldn't do this next, or if you, yeah, whatever, figure it out. It's not my problem. All right, anyway, I'm about to bust out of here, and I'm gonna try, again, the holidays are officially here. I'm trying some of the holiday food. I did a mobile order, but it wasn't for hours because I think it's the bakery is slammed here. But it's about to hit because this damn episode is so long, and it took us so long to figure out how to film it that my food's gonna be ready in like 2 minutes. You didn't order anything, did you?
No, I didn't.
You blew it. So he's gonna sit there and watch me eat. Here's what I got. I got the holiday sandwich. By the way, it ain't the holidays if you don't get the, what do you call it? Thanksgiving sandwich.
Whatever. If it's a turkey sandwich with everything on it, I'm talking about stuffing, cornbread, same thing, stuffing, cranberry sauce, turkey gravy, mashed potatoes. Oh, it's perfect.
Put all that on a sandwich. That's what they got at the Jolly Holiday Bakery. So I ordered that. Then they had like a little cutesy snowman cheesecake. It's like gingerbread cheesecake, but it's a cute little snowman. And I keep seeing people online being like, I didn't want to eat this because he's so cute, because he's got little arms, like little gingerbread arms and whatever.
Oh, shout out.
I'm gonna bite his arms off. What is the debate here? So I'm doing that, and then there's like a chimney sweep coffee. And it was like, well, what's in that? Oh, I don't know.
Coal dust?
Soot? It's the they probably make it in Tennessee at Dollywood. They just open up a cup and go, okay, we've got enough. Anyway, so I'm gonna go get that. Kevin's gonna watch me eat every morsel, and I'm gonna give my review, and he's gonna give his review from what he's seeing. So look forward to that. Anyway, I think that's it. Is that all the train stuff?
I think that's it. That's everything.
Okay, well, let's end it on a little piece of festive Disney holiday cheer. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully we'll have another episode for you next month. Sorry we were a little lacking over the last one, but we're making up for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the holidays, closer to the holidays, you'll have even more. So good night, everyone. Take care. I'm waiting to show the train taking off. I'm not going to end it until the train takes off. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. We forgot to say this, but when they shut the train down, when Galaxy's Edge was being built, and you could talk to the train dudes, the conductor let us sit in the conductor's seat up in the front of the train. That was a really awesome experience. Kevin didn't mention it, neither did I, so I should have done that. I blew it. But we got to sit at the front of the train. No one's ever done that. All right, take care. Goodbye.